Alright, honestly, I've never been more excited to make a video on one of Games' updates. As you guys may know, Games did a major revamp on their server, and they also changed some other stuff with their KB and their hit reg. And well, today I'm going to be talking about those changes and telling you guys what I think about them. Since the update is very controversial, as usual, to be honest, and some people like it, some people don't. And well, there's a lot of stuff to cover, so sit back, relax, get yourself some snacks, and enjoy. Alright, so starting off, first of all, we have to acknowledge the lobby change. Obviously, it's a Christmas lobby now. Everybody expected there to be a completely revamped lobby with a completely new hub. We didn't get that. We obviously expected that to happen, but it didn't happen. We also now know what new game mode is coming, since there's been this new game mode NPC for a while now.
Editing Chr7st here. So the new game mode is survival games. Now I'm not gonna go into detail about the game in this update because it wasn't inherently part of the update. I think it was separate, so I might cover that in a different video, but I just felt like I had to mention that.
If you go on their Discord, they've made an announcement on what they should release, and everybody voted new minigames, so that's obviously what we're gonna be getting. Main game modes also haven't changed, I believe. I haven't played them all, so I wouldn't know, but it feels like the core game modes didn't get a major change. Maybe some tweaks here and there, but nothing noticeable. There's also been some new cosmetics added. Now, as of recording this, I have not gotten all of the new cosmetics, so I'm gonna leave them on screen. There's also a Christmas cape which you can get for finishing the Christmas present hunt, and just overall the other cosmetics are pretty good. Now I did expect way more cosmetics to come out, but to be honest, it's really difficult to add more cosmetics when you already have basically milked all that you can milk out of cosmetics. So most likely I'm gonna be chilling with my 170 keys for the next couple months. They also apparently improved their proxies. Now this was very hypocritical in the first, I think, 2 days of the update, because it was just laggy as hell, and most people can agree with me on that. It was just disconnecting everybody once an hour. And I mean, to be honest, with updates on any single server, that can happen. Glitches are there, but that was a pretty massive one. And NG has also had a history with having bad proxies or just bad servers that crash a lot, which nobody knows why. It might be because they just don't want to pay much for their servers. It might also just be because the player base is just way too big. I don't know. It's weird, since Games' player base went down and is now going back up, but I don't know. It's weird. Now, while it didn't work the first couple days, they do work now as of me recording this. I'm getting around 190, 180 if the US proxy isn't down, which it is sometimes. If it's not, I'm getting like 300 or something. I don't know, something crazy. But if it's there and my Ethernet is going well, then I'm getting 180, 170, something like that. It's pretty amazing. It's the lowest ping I've ever gotten on NG, so honestly, props to them. There's also this new system where if you do /ping, it shows up your upload and your download speed, because people multiple times say, I have blah 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 internet speed, when they're actually telling their download speed but not their upload speed. You can have like 60 download speed but only 20 upload speed, which means your ping is going to be terrible because your ping is based on your upload. So I like that they show that, and I like that they explain to, like, I guess somewhat explain to you how like ping works. And I think that's a pretty good change to the /ping, but I don't actually know if it works, because the day after they changed that, it didn't appear at all. Like, I would do /ping and it didn't work at all, so it might be a glitch. They might be trying to change some stuff because it's inaccurate. I don't know, but I really wish that would come back because I really like that system. Speaking of lag, everybody's also well aware that Godbridges, quote, don't work anymore, even though literally everybody is Godbridging on the server. I don't know from where this myth came. I wasn't playing on the first day of the update because I didn't have time. I had better stuff to do, so I couldn't play on the first day, or I didn't play on purpose on the first day. I also didn't want to play on the first day because I knew that would severely change how I felt about the update. So I decided to play on the second day, and it was way better than on the first day. So I don't know if Godbridges didn't work on the first day of the update, but they do now. One thing though is that for some reason, people with certain ping, I don't know if it's ping. I don't know if it's ping. It could also just be that when you Godbridge, there's just blocks missing. Like, you just Godbridge, and after like 5 blocks, 1 block is gone. Then the Godbridge continues, 1 block is gone. Continues, 1 block is gone. It's like really weird, and it doesn't happen on my Godbridges, or at least I don't see it. This could be a thing with ghost blocks where their block is there, it's just that everybody else doesn't see it. You see it, but they don't see it. it might be also if a different person on Godbridges, you might fall in there, but they might not because it's a ghost block for them. If you don't know what a ghost block is, it's a block nobody else can see or feel or walk on except the person that created it. That was a pretty well-known glitch on Cubecraft a while ago. And this was also, it's actually still is a pretty big glitch on Rush Nation, which is a MLG Rush server, and I don't know, MLG Rush FFA Bedwars server. So this could be a thing, but if it is, that's a pretty big abuse that you could possibly do. I don't know if you could make a ghost block chain, which is what you could do on Cubecraft. If you can, that's pretty OP and it should be fixed. But other than that, it's not like a huge thing because you can just jump over it. It's just a bit annoying. Alright, so Editor Chr7st here. So, while editing this video, I was on a call with some friends, and one of them told me that apparently the reason why there's these holes in Godbridges is because they duplicate blocks on NG when Godbridging. Because there was this weird glitch on the first day where they wouldn't work at all, and now to fix that, they've made it so that it duplicates your blocks, but that also means that the blocks that are duplicated shouldn't actually exist, so they leave holes. Even though you don't see the hole, other people do. So apparently that's the explanation why. Again, this is not exactly the most credible source that I have, so take the explanation with a grain of salt. I haven't asked any moderators or any developers on it that might know more. So, yeah, just take it as you will. Next thing is the block placement. Block placement has gotten a bit laggier, not much laggier than before. One thing I will commend is that they changed clutching lag. Is when you block clutch, the block doesn't like despawn and respawn, and you just fall through it like gravel or something. It actually stays there. So I'm just gonna show some on screen because it honestly is commendable, because that was previously a problem, is that you would clutch and the blocks would just despawn, respawn, and would just feel terrible, and it would just be really awkward for you to like have your bed gone and you just clutch and it just despawns and you fall in the void and you lose. So while overall block placement is a bit laggier, clutching lag has gotten less in my opinion. That also could be because my ping has gotten better by like 10, 20, 30. Speaking of lag, we have the anti-cheat. Hey, so Editor Chr7st here. So before I even get into this section about the anti-cheat, I just want to quickly note that the anti-cheat, as of recording this, is currently turned off. So I've proof from a staff that has shown me this. We don't know why it's off. We don't know when it will come back on, and we just don't know anything. I felt like I had to bring this up because that definitely changed my view on how I saw the anti-cheat, because obviously we did get a lot of hackers, and with the anti-cheat being off, it also means that those hackers probably would not have existed. Also, Hit Reg and KB feel really good right now, but it could all change because of other games changing their anti-cheat or updating their anti-cheat, or even just turning it on. So if they turn it on again, the KB might be the same as previously, but just because the anti-cheat just like checks everything and just checks if you're like hacking. And then also that could also mean why I haven't gotten a single warning for like clicking 20 CPS butterfly sometimes. And that also could clearly show why we're getting like these fast hits. It could mean that the anti-cheat is basically just checking your hits, and that's why right now we have really fast hit reg, while previously we didn't have it. It might just be because the anti-cheat is off, but just keep that in mind while you get into the section. Now honestly, I really have to make a separate video on the anti-cheat, because I really respect how good that their anti-cheat is on their server, and I know that's very hypocritical since I posted a video yesterday of me making fun of the anti-cheat, but a lot of people pointed out that it's something that doesn't happen often. That was literally my first cheater, like B-Hop Fly Kill Aura cheater that I've had in a month, maybe? 2? Almost? I don't know. It's been a really long time since I've had that. The last time I've had such a hacker is actually before the map update. So that's almost 2 months ago now, I think. I'm pretty sure it's that long ago. So honestly, their anti-cheat is amazing. I have not gotten any like false kicks from the anti-cheat in previous months. The anti-cheat would just kick me if I would nick and then ride a pet, or it would kick me if my jump boost ran out mid-air, and I would like quote fly or something, or I would have jump boost hacks, or I don't know. So it was weird, but they've changed that. The anti-cheat has made the server laggier, obviously, because better anti-cheats mean more lag, because they're like looking at every possible thing a player is doing and placing like blocks or TNT, and they're seeing if that's like a hack or something. I have seen less of these blatant hackers, because back in the day I'd see like 2 a month, 3 a month. Now this is my first one in December and the first one in the last 2 months actually. So I mean, you could make the argument that this was the first hacker I've seen after the update, which was 2 days after, and I've heard friends talk about multiple hackers, so it might just be that other people play more or play at different times where hackers play more. So it might be that the update did make like a certain hack less noticeable. That could be a thing, or it just could be that it's gonna ban you eventually, just later on. Obviously, that guy I showed in the last video did get banned, so that was amazing. But it did take some time, I think. I think it took like 10, 15, 20 minutes, which I think the hacker could have won like 30, 40 games easily and like had, I guess, 30 minutes of fun. But still, it's good that it did ban him. I hope it was an automatic ban. I hope it wasn't a manual ban, which that's why their anti-cheat should exist. It's to make automatic bans and help staff out when making bans. So to actually evaluate their anti-cheat, we're gonna have to definitely wait, say, a week, maybe 2, maybe even a month. Another games, in my opinion, does have one of the better anti-cheats on Bedrock. Hive, obviously, I think does have the best, because it has 30,000 players or more, 40,000, 50,000. It can go anywhere up to that, and their anti-cheat is amazing. Like, I've yet to find more than one hacker in my entire time playing Hive, which has definitely been over like 300, 400, 500 games. Like, there's no speed hackers, no kill aura hackers, except one that I met in survival games. I mean, speed hackers could be a thing for Death Run or something else, and there's just not any hackers on Hive. So I think Hive's anti-cheat is the best, but NetherGames' anti-cheat is also, I think, the second best, because Cubecraft's anti-cheat, that's not a thing. Everybody knows Cubecraft doesn't have an anti-cheat. It just doesn't exist. Mineplex doesn't need one. Galaxite, they could have a pretty good anti-cheat, because I have yet to find a hacker on there, so they could have a pretty good anti-cheat, but then again, I've also only played 30 games on the server. Mineplex, no, that's like a hacker haven besides Cubecraft. And honestly, any other featured server, just no. I say NetherGames is definitely in the top 3 anti-cheats. Obviously, the argument can be made, it's only like 500 to 1,000 players on the server, which compared to like Cubecraft is 20 times less, and their anti-cheat obviously has to pick up like less hackers. So if there's less players online, there's also going to be less hackers in proportion. Cubecraft has 20,000 players, so it might have 200 players online that are hacking or something, while other games might have like 5 or 2 or something really low. So obviously, in proportion, that's not really saying a lot. But if the anti-cheat actually does auto ban you, and it is a hacker that it bans, then that's a pretty good anti-cheat, and that's better than most of the featured servers anti-cheat, where it just picks up on the server and it doesn't actually ban them. I actually don't know if every single server has an anti-cheat. I don't actually know. Somebody has to research that. So obviously, on the quote improved anti-cheat is being very hypocritical, since the first hacker I've met this month came after the update, sure, but I'll still give the anti-cheat time. And I think overall this update needs a bit more time, because you can't just write an update on the first couple of days. Sure, you can say, wow, the devs are bad for posting such a bad update, but then again, they've also not tested it on like 1,000 players. So I gave them a day, they made major improvements, and I think we can stay at that. Now to the most controversial change. Wow, everybody likes or hates this change. I don't even know why.
Alright, so this is pretty cool. This happened like a couple minutes ago, so I'm pretty excited to bring this up. But I actually went as far as to ask Dries himself, who did all of the main coding, I believe. I'm assuming, I hope I'm not wrong, on the updates, and I relayed a message for him through a helper, I believe, or just a staff member, and apparently he is going to change the KB. I mean, that's pretty exciting, and Dries has also commented that the anti-cheat is currently still off, which is interesting, because the day I'm recording this, and this is also going to be hopefully the day I post this, the anti-cheat is still off, and we're still getting this lag, so we don't know what's going on. We don't know if this is just some code missing, or if it's just too many players online, or some other performance issues. But I am very excited that like Dries accepted my friend request. He commented on my video twice now, actually, and he also now went ahead and actually had a positive reaction to something that I wanted to relay to him. So, I mean, this has changed a lot of how I see staff, and I think this is gonna hopefully change how other people see staff. Like, for Dries to like take into consideration a recommendation from a member or just a player on the server is amazing, and it really felt amazing when the helper that I relayed the message to relayed back to me what Dries said. So overall positive experience. Anyway, enjoy the video. The hit reg change, or quote, the better proxy change. I've said that this is their better proxies, but it's actually their changed KB, and they've changed hit registration. Also, another editor Chr7st has made another appearance. Oh my god. So I just want to say to this point that this was recorded 3 days after the update, when the anti-cheat was off. So as of me now recording this editor Chr7st, the anti-cheat is currently back on. I think. I'm not sure, but I think, since hit reg is way slower now, KB is fluctuating, movement is just like laggy, you see people teleporting back and forth, so this could be their quote improved anti-cheat that they're currently testing out. If it is, I really hope it's not, because I really like the hit reg. I love the hit reg. I absolutely loved the hit reg. It felt like I was playing Java or something. Like, it was just amazing. So yeah, just keep that in mind again as soon as I'm starting to talk about the section. I swear, it's so annoying when you're spending multiple days recording and editing a video, because NetherGames just changes so much stuff. So previously, I'm just gonna show an example on screen of what it previously was, okay? Count the hits in 1 second, or just count, actually, just count the hits overall. Now I'm gonna compare this to a different clip that's also is slowed down, and this is with the new update. Now I'm gonna show these both at full speed. Yeah, no, that's a pretty major change. So basically, this update has changed on how fast you can hit somebody. Now, on the first day, I loved this, because I assumed this was my better proxy, because suddenly I could hit people from 3 blocks and not from like only 2 or just 1 block away. Because previously, I would like rush somebody, they would pass me, go on my bridge, go to my base, try to get my bed before they die. I follow them, and I'm clearly in hit range, but because of lag, they're actually out of hit range. It's just their NPC that's just dragging along their actual NPC, and so I can't hit them unless I like get faster. Speed hacks. But no, this update has changed that. So now if you're in hit range, you can hit somebody apparently no matter your ping. Now this also means that they have had to change something with how hitting or like their hit packages work. So obviously Bedrock has the same thing with Java, where they send swing packets, and those swing packets will be converted into hit packets if they actually are in range of the other player. Now, I think what they did is that they've basically said every single hit packet or swing packet you sent in range also registers outside of range to a degree. Because somebody's arguing on my Discord that there's more range, or more reach. I don't think there's more reach. I don't think they've changed reach. It could be a possibility. I'm not saying it's not possible. It could be a possibility, but with my testing, I feel like it is 3 blocks, but the delayed hit makes it feel like it's more. Obviously, I could be wrong here, because as of recording, this could have changed already. Maybe they changed the hit reg, which would be very awkward. I haven't been on the server today, so it could be very awkward that they've changed this. I hope it stays this way for now, because I think this is pretty good, and here's why. Hear me out. For those people that don't like this, this one makes fights faster, aka faster games. Like, compare this, where a fight usually maybe took, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds, it now takes 3 seconds, and it's just capped at that. Like, fights don't take longer unless he runs or something, because of the very fast hit reg. That's just how fast the fight can end. One thing that's problematic is that this is based on who gets the first hit. So I was fighting a couple games with Lava Mob, which I lost, I think, most of them, mainly just because my proxy was down, but also just because he's more skilled than I am currently. So I just found that in that testing, where I think there was about 100 ping difference between us, is that I would aim on him, because I was having a really good day aim-wise yesterday. So I'm just gonna show you a clip right now of him absolutely destroying me.
But you can see my aim is basically flawless. Like, I'm gonna have to say my butterfly aim has gotten way better. Same with my jitter aim, but I was butterflying in that fight specifically. But his hits just register faster, and this wasn't because he necessarily got the first hit, but before he got the first like 2 hits. And after that, you like hits just basically don't register anymore. Like, you can be in reach of somebody else, but they won't register if you're currently in the combo. So it's very weird where it's very one-sided. The person that's having the combo has the combo forever. The other person basically can't do anything unless you like mess up your S tapping or W tapping and get way too close. But that doesn't happen since the hits register fast and you actually take KB. And this is one huge criticism that people have, is that people fly way too much. But when you compare this to the previous KB, people would maybe not move for 5 seconds, and then they would suddenly like just jump around, and KB was just not consistent, where now it's unbelievably consistent. Like, I've not had a single fight where somebody took weird KB in a sense. Like, I guess the update entirely changed the KB, so it could feel as if it was weird, but after playing for 2 days now, the update made the KB way more consistent, and the KB is very regulated now, which I very much like, and I wish it would change, and I wish it will stay with that. Apparently, one of my friends has spoken with devs, and they can't change the KB really, or at least they can't change the vertical KB, but the horizontal KB will probably stay the same, which I like. I like the current KB. I like having a good amount of horizontal KB compared to vertical KB, because vertical KB, that's just Hive. Hive just like really likes people just going up in the air. Like, you can like do dumb stuff where you just literally look up and just hit somebody while jumping up and down. I don't know, it's broken. I don't like Hive's KB. Like, in my opinion, like, it is very consistent. It is very consistent. But I think in this case, Nether Games has made some better KB than Hive. Again, don't know about the hit delay, because the hit delay is very fast. That does favor very low ping, because I don't play on low ping. I don't play on 20 ping, so I wouldn't know. I would not know if the hit delay is way faster than I currently have it. So if 200 ping can have this fast of a hit delay, how is it gonna change with like 100 ping, 50 ping, 20 ping, like under 20 ping? So I'm gonna have to see. I might ask some friends for them to send footage that have like really low ping on how it looks like for them, like on their screen, and compare that hit delay to mine. So, Editor Christ, once again, oh my god, I'm making so many appearances. Wow, I'm a celebrity. Anyway, so I asked some people, but it was already too late. The KB got changed. I mean, not the KB, the anti-cheat got turned on, so that's probably why the hit delay is basically gone now. Like, the good hit delay that we had is gone. I hope it's not gone forever, because I really want that to make a return. So I asked them, but it was too late. They turned on the anti-cheat, and now I don't have any clips to show, so this is a very awkward section. I'm sorry. I hope that the hit delay won't get changed too much. I do think it could get a bit slower, but I don't think it could get massively slower, because the current hit reg is pretty good. It's just not perfect. I think it could be a bit slower. Because having it be a bit less slower means that you can also, like, trading can happen, because nowadays I can't trade with anybody. It's just either he combos me or I combo him, so I can't trade with anybody, which is very annoying. Also, KB sticks are unbelievably OP now. Like, oh my god, you can basically just KB stick somebody off the map so easily, which, I mean, to be honest though, KB sticks up to this point have been very useless unless it was like a lot of bridge fighting going on. So KB sticks, I mean, I'm glad that they now have a use, but they're pretty OP now. Like, they're very OP. I feel like KB sticks have, like, I think the stick being KB2 should be changed to maybe KB1. I don't actually know what the enchantment on the stick is, but that's a lot of KB. Like, you can just one tap or like 2 tap somebody off the map, which previously you had to like hit him like 50 times for him to like even move him a block. So currently I like the PvP. I feel like more people should try it. I know a lot of mobile players don't like it because this obviously means they get wrecked more, but honestly this could benefit mobile players just as much as PC players, because I think mobile players overall have better ping, because they can use their data. I think I'm pretty sure you can use data on 1.16.100 or on another games. I'm not sure, but overall I think there's more players with 200 ping on PC than there is 200 ping on mobile. That just might be me, but I think that's how it works. And I feel like I should bring this up because this is currently relevant. Cubecraft has of right now officially changed their KB on a beta testing game mode, and the KB is just way different compared to other games. I have 200 ping and I get the same exact knockback as somebody with 10 ping. It might register faster, but it's the same exact thing. On Cubecraft, somebody with 20 ping is gonna have similar like KB to Hive maybe, but when with 200 ping, the hits register so unbelievably late. I hit somebody, and half a second later, they move in the opposite direction where I hit them. So if I hit them and they're supposed to get backwards, I'm gonna start strafing, and it's gonna register late, and then they're gonna go backwards after like half a second, and then it's like really weird for me because I have to recalibrate my aim and my movement, and that's just not how KB is supposed to work. It's just really laggy KB. The KB overall is not bad, but it's laggy KB, and also the hit intervals are very bad compared to other games. It's the exact opposite. You get to hit somebody like twice a second, while another games allows like 15 times a second or something. So Cubecraft KB is not nowhere near. People have said, oh, you can now quit Nendo games and play Cubecraft. I'm not gonna do that because of the KB. Unless they massively change their KB in every single one of their game modes, I'm not switching back to Cubecraft. I might make a video on why I left Cubecraft, because honestly, it is pretty sad, and I think way too many people play on that server when the server hasn't really changed that much, and I think the server is overall still very bad. It's not terrible, but it's not better than like other featured servers. Alright, so now some miscellaneous stuff. Yes, again, it is Mr. Editor Chr7st here, just because Original Chr7st forgot to talk about some certain stuff just because it wasn't on NG at the time. Like stuff like the scoreboard was removed after the first day, which I didn't play on the first day, so some people said that some of my footage was fake because it was pre-recorded, which it wasn't. Like one of my like the hacking on other games video, or like the hacker video, or whatever that was, I'm gonna show that on screen. It didn't have a scoreboard, so people thought that was prior to the update, but it was 2 days after the update. So the scoreboard, I really like it. I really like the change. I do feel like they took a lot of inspiration from like Hive and some other servers that have like these like pixelated icons, but I like it. I like it a lot. I really like the icons that they chose for this. I do think it is a bit weird that they went ahead and didn't just add some squares next to all the teams instead of just having the RBGY. I don't know why they have that there, because even colorblind people, they can just read the base names and it's like red, green, yellow. So I don't know why they have the colors with the first letter next to it. Like they could have just had squares for the color. I also feel like the check marks and the X's, they look a bit obnoxious compared to the text. I don't know, that could be just me. I feel like I could improve on those. I'm not gonna show anything on, I might show something on screen if I'm not too lazy, but if I'm lazy, I'm not gonna show anything on screen. But I do think those could be improved on, but otherwise I think that they are pretty good. They make the scoreboard feel fresh. It really feels like a featured server if you just look at the scoreboard. So honestly, props to them, they did a good job on that. Something else, they apparently also changed Fireball and TNT KB. Now Fireball and TNT KB, I honestly haven't tried yet, just because I don't really TNT jump every now and then, and Fireball jumping never worked, so I had no reason to try it. But I will show some attempts on screen. I hope I didn't fail on those attempts. So future Chr7st that's gonna have to record some Fireball and TNT jumping. Good luck. But yeah, no, that's just my attempts. I'll be showing on screen. I'm assuming that's gonna be some successful attempts. So I've seen the KB on other people and I like it. I feel Fireballs are way more accurate. Before, the Fireball KB was very delayed and it didn't feel right. Now when you throw Fireball, there is more KB. Like you can now backboard. Backboarding is when you throw Fireball against something that's behind a player and it impulses the player forwards, presumably into the void. That's what you do. You backboard the Fireball behind something when somebody's facing the void or facing you, and that way they get knocked off. So that's pretty good. TNT, I haven't seen a lot of changes, like just from like using it like everyday use, like for blowing up beds and stuff. So I couldn't say anything about that. I might make another Editing Chr7st appearance in like a couple hours if I have anything else to say, but that's just my opinion on the TNT. Next up, we have a very small change, but that's in solos. They now changed the color of every single person's name tag, where previously it was all gray in solos. And only people with ranks could have their names have a different color. Every single person in solos now has the color of the team that they are assigned to. Now, what I like about this is that previously people could easily tell if somebody had a rank or not, because everybody's name would just be gray, and there would be this one very noticeable person that had a green, blue, gold, or red name tag, and you would just target them just because they had a rank. And with that removed, I really like that. It's now way harder to like notice nicks, because nicks usually still had a red name tag. So I like that. It benefits people like me that get targeted every single gosh darn game. So props to Thunder Games for finally changing that. Next up, KB sticks are unbelievably OP. You might have seen me use KB sticks in the footage, in the background footage at some point, but they're actually like obscenely OP. Before the anti-cheat was turned on, KB sticks would send you probably like 7 blocks, and they still do. KB sticks really do work, and it really is very annoying when somebody uses a KB stick, but they work very, very well now. Previously, KB sticks were just not an option, and I like that. Now every single item, I mean not every single item, but KB sticks were one of those items that nobody actually bought because there wasn't a use for it, so it was kind of a useless item. Now it's kind of an underrated item. Way more people should use KB sticks. They're now actually viable. They're now actually a good item to buy for 5 gold. Another thing is that they also changed the credits. Now, I didn't talk about this initially because I felt like it was too early to talk about it because I didn't fully understand it. Now, after they changed it, I understand how credits work, at least on Bed Wars, but the thing is they've tweaked it a little bit as of yesterday, so a couple days after the update, it was working pretty well. There were no changes about it, but now yesterday they changed it apparently, so now you get less credits than previously. I don't understand it. Basically, for every single bed break you would get 5 credits, so the more bed breaks, the more credits. And also, if you get a final kill, I think one final kill is 3 credits. So I don't know what they changed it to now. It might just be a myth, maybe just players playlist, maybe it's a glitch, I don't know. Whatever it is, you don't get as many credits now. And also there's a weird glitch where you, for some reason, you have like platinum and like ranks show up in your stats. So on the stats website, I think they still have the old system implemented, because on the stats website it shows it shows it shows all the old ranks, where they should now have the new ranks, which are like Guardian, Ruby, I don't know, but I have platinum on my stats page, which is super funny because I'm not supposed to have platinum, because platinum doesn't exist anymore, but they haven't changed that, so that's pretty funny. But the credit system has been changed. People think it's impossible to get a ton of credits now, which it's not. It's very easy. Like, you can get 1,000 credits every single day. After 40 days, you'll have 40,000 credits, which is ton of credits. But I don't know, like some people on the leaderboards, like, they're actually playing a crap ton of time, or they're playing a game where they can get an obscene amount of credits, because I didn't play for 2 days now. Ever since the update, I've played for every single day except 2. And I've gotten 1,000 credits for, I think, almost all of those. I think I'm at, what, 4,000 credits now, so what is that? They updated on the 23rd, didn't play on the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, that's 4 days. As of recording this, is the 29th, so I have not got played today, so I wouldn't say how many credits I'm gonna get today, but I've gotten basically 1,000 every single day. And people like Ben Miller and Lava Mob, which allegedly they play 18 hours a day, they have 10,000 credits, so that's just to put that in proportion. They get double the amount of credits I do, and I play like 3 hours a day, and they play like, what, 6-8 hours a day? Like, holy crap, how much of a no-life can you be? But yeah, that's just like a rough idea of how credits works. Cloudy Issues is gonna hopefully post a credits video soon, so you guys can fully understand how credits work on every single game mode. And they also changed, and I don't know if this is true, but they also significantly changed what's it called? I guess like your texting color. Like, whenever you text something, you have a different color. Like, you can change it to be aqua or blue or black or yellow or anything, if you have a rank, of course. and apparently they changed it so that if you go into your social menu, or if you click, or if you do some sort of command, I'll show it on the screen, you can change what color you have for every single chat. Now this, as of yesterday, was buggy. This didn't work at all. Like, it would just change it for every single guild, party chat, or global. But you can basically edit it to be, I want this color for party chat, I want this color for global chat, I want this color for guild chat. And that's a very good idea. I like that. I like the customizability, but it doesn't work, so I wouldn't say how good this is or not, because I haven't tried it. Another thing that's annoying is that guild chats, you can't toggle it off. So previously what you do is you would do /c_g to turn guild chat on, and you do the same command to turn it off, and that doesn't work anymore. So it still works for party chat where you do /c_p. It's the same command for turning it on and off. But for guild chat, it's not. You have to do /c off, I think, or you do /cp, and then you can it toggles you on party chat, and then you can go and then toggle it off. I mean, you can toggle the party chat off. So that's annoying, and I find that that should be changed, but it's not a huge deal. I think that's all for the miscellaneous stuff. If I miss anything, then comment. But alright, that was the video. Was a pretty long one. Sorry about that, but if you did watch this far, then you are pretty cool, and you should comment cool, because that makes you cool. Also, if you made it this far and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Excuse me? Why are you still here? Well, you should definitely subscribe. And if you won't subscribe, which is understandable, obviously, you can still like, because liking is also pretty cool. Or you could comment cool, because that would make you cool. So you could also do that. Then you could also maybe click on that video. Or you could click on this video. Just like click one on one of the two. That'd be pretty cool. Or you just click on the subscribe button. That can also work. That can also work.